Hey everyone, welcome back to Shitbox Garage. Let me update you on what I've done. So I haven't filmed all this stuff because it's a bit boring and it was a bit fiddly. So you can see, if I move that out of the way, the headers are in and attached. I've torqued them all down, all the bolts along there. It was a little bit fiddly getting it in down the bottom, that V-clamp, if you can see it down there or not. That was a bit fiddly, sort of putting it in because it's really tight up against the body here. But we got it in, so it's all good. I torqued down the bolts. They were pretty easy. Finding there's just a sequence of how you bolt them in, so starting from the middle and working your way out. I got that in this booklet here that I got, the engine maintenance booklet. I downloaded it online. And then funnily enough, it didn't have the torque specs in there, but I found the torque specs and just did them. They weren't too tight anyway. So let me bring you over to this side, which was a little bit more difficult. So I took off the bottom intake. I also then took off the radiator hoses down the bottom to the heater. The heater hoses, should I say, not radiator hoses, although they're all linked up. And I put a little delete in there. If you can see, it's a bit dark down there. But let me tell you, and we'll see what happens with that, although I'm hoping to get ITB so I can address it later on if there's any issue with that. A bit of pinching in the hose, but it looks pretty, the flow looks alright still, so it should be okay. But this damn thing, the bolts down there, I don't know if you can see them or not, virtually impossible to get in with the tools I had. So in the end I had to go buy a ratchet spanner because I had every size but 12mm, which is what these are, and then use a screwdriver and just push from underneath onto them. I don't know how I'm going to torque them, but we'll see. But that's my next step now, torque them down, and then fit the fuel rail, which I've got a little surprise. So my order came in the other day. Bosch fuel injectors, 500cc. So I wanted to get 550, but really, even that's probably more than big enough to do the job. Seeing it's naturally aspirated. Alright, so I got these connectors too. We'll see how they go for when I get the wiring loom put together and installed. But alright, so now let's get on to actually just torquing in the lower manifold and get the fuel rail on. So this particular bolt in here took forever. I could get, one of them was okay to get in, but the second one, almost impossible. So next to the injectors, let's have a quick look at one of these bad boys. So nice and short. Got the these are short ones with 14mm diameter, so it's got the 14mm seal. Shout out to the boys at Auto One in Castle Hill for helping me out with these. Bit of engine oil over the seal, just so it'll slide in just a bit better. These are very tight from what I can see, so next up we fit the top feed fuel rail. I think this is going to have to go that way, but we're going to have to figure out how to twist that end around because it's not going to work. It's blocking off these injector connectors if I have it sitting the other way. Alright, So I think we're looking okay now. Okay, so I gave the manifold, the throttle body a quick spray, just soaked it in throttle body cleaner and gave it a quick wipe down. Got a manifold, and so I'm going to attach it to that now. Alright, throttle body is now on. Hooked up that vacuum, won't worry about the loom part at the moment. We'll install the airbox and the intake now. Okay, so I fitted the airbox again and the pipe. Just going to suss out welding this bung on or a similar one so that this can attach. So that will be the crankcase ventilation. I want to route that one and that one together. Put it there. I'll probably put a catch can at some point. And I also want to run the hoses from the fuel tank vent up into here, and it will also route them all together into here again, probably through the catch can, and put them through here. I need that for engineering, unfortunately. So with the catch can, it should keep it pretty clean anyway, so it shouldn't be really an issue. And then just all that bad air, we should be clean enough, and then goes into the intake, and off we go from there. Hopefully I'll get that done shortly. Next week I might focus on the cabin, actually, just get some work done there. I don't know what else I can do in here until I sort of suss out the wiring, so start looking at that, I guess. See what I can take out, what I can put in, and start getting a harness sort of put together and built, run the ECU, and go from there. Actually, instead of doing the cabin, I might focus on getting that PCV and fuel tank vent happening, and then that'll mean that I can also install the fuel tank and just leave that alone for a little while, which would be great to get it out of the way. One other thing I did that I didn't film was put the oxygen sensor in. So I took that off. So I took that out and just bolted it, bolted it into the exhaust and just strapped up the little harness there, so it should be good for when we get the whole engine harness done. Alright, that's it for this week. See you later.